Ford Escape Hybrid, and we're gonna replace the AC compressor. It started leaking and all the freon went out, and this is what I got from a junkyard, a new one. I mean, it's not new, but it'll be new for the car, and we're gonna try to replace it. Took the wheel off. Now we have to take off these plastic covers, and then we'll have a better view of the actual location of the AC compressor. Okay, we got the plastic off, the covers, and now we can see the AC compressor much better. There it is. We're gonna have a much better access to it. Come down here. This one started leaking slowly, little by little, and as you can tell, the whole bottom of the car is full of freon. And over here, where it on the edge of the compressor, it started leaking, and there's this awesome glue that they have at Home Depot, and I used that to patch it up for a while. It was holding, it wasn't leaking where I put the glue. It was good, but there's no way I could put my finger at the top of it, so sooner or later it still leaked all of it out. It stopped working, so now I have to take it off and put a new one. Okay, the first thing when we start working on this is gonna be that we have to take the belt off. And in order to do that, before, I would advise you to make a little sketch for yourself, so to see how is it put on correctly, because nowadays, or at least this car, it doesn't have a sticker on the engine or anywhere where you could actually see it and remember how to put it back. So this big one is right next to our AC, so the big one next to our AC, and this is how it goes. And all the way at the top there's the small one with a 17mm wrench. We can hook into it and push it towards the cabin, and the belt's gonna be nice and loose, and then we can take it off. And from the top, if you look, I put a wrench on it already, so it would be that guy right here. From the bottom you can, this is why I was showing the video from the bottom, because you can see it better, there's less stuff in the way. But this is the one that you need to hook onto and push towards the cabin, and then it's very lightly, you don't have to unscrew it or anything, just hook on the wrench and push it towards the cabin. You'll see the motion, it'll just move nicely and loosen the belt. And that's pretty much all the motion that you need. To make our life easier, we're gonna take this plastic cover off, and we can fit our hand in there much easier. So there's no bolts, no nothing, just 4 little connection areas. All you have to do is just pull it up and get it out of its place, and I can put it out of the way. See, these are the little things that it hooks onto, and then here we go. We can reach our belt much easier with our hand. Okay, now if you're ready to take off the belt, do the motion with the wrench with your right hand, and with your left hand don't try to take the belt off of this one. Try to take it off of this one here in the middle, because this one is nice and smooth and you can slide it off of it. If you try to take it off the other ones, you'll have a hell of a time, because all those have ridges like these and it will not give easy. So do it on the smooth wheel, it'll slide off much nicer and easier. Okay, so next I'm gonna take these big bolts out. There's 4 of them, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. I think I'll show you better on this piece from the new one that I'm putting in. So there's gonna be this one, and on top gonna be this one and this one. These 2 you can reach from the top of the engine bay, there's 2 from the bottom. Also you will have this over here on top of it, as it sits in the engine bay. So I disconnected this one as well. You simply just push this thing down and then it'll just come off. I disconnected it. This will stay on the car, so this belongs to the car. So when I put this in, there you go, it's gonna go in the new one. And then when you take these off, then it nicely loosens 13mm bolts. Okay, here it is. The four bolts are out, and once that it is out, you can just grab it and maneuver it out of place, and it'll drop down real nicely. I put a box over here so it'll kind of hold it, because now it's hanging from the AC lines, and I don't want it to damage them or anything till we disconnect them. So there it is. It's removed from the engine, and we can take off the AC lines. And it's gonna be these. At the junkyard, when they cut it off, they don't remove it so debris and other stuff won't go in. So these are the 2 lines that are still hanging on it. I'm gonna remove it, and then we're gonna connect back here the ones that belong to the car. And another thing, that if yours is not, mine is totally empty, there's nothing in it anymore. So, but if you have any freon in it, or you're not sure what's going on with it, take it to a mechanic, or to take all that freon out. That's the best way, because this is a very damaging gas for the environment. And if he is willing to work with you, he'll take it out. You can take the car home, do the repairs, and then take the car back, and he'll refill it for you with new freon. That's what I'm doing. I don't have my own freon equipment and pressure gauges and all that stuff, so what I'm gonna do the repairs, and then I have a mechanic that will allow me to come to him after I'm done with the repairs, and he'll do the vacuum in it, suck it out, all the air and everything, and we'll put the freon in there at his place, because he has professional equipment. So for me, he's just doing the repair. Okay, I'm removing this bolt, 10mm bolt. There you go. And this is what we need to remove. And here's the nice rubber gaskets. Make sure no dirt or anything goes in there. As you can see, the two holes are 2 different sizes, so there's nothing that you can accidentally put it back the wrong way or anything, because it will just simply not go. So there you go. we're gonna remove the one from the actual here, this one, the bad one, and then try to reconnect it to the new one. Okay, now I'm gonna finish disconnecting the bad one from the car. Take this one off. It's almost out. I'm gonna probably tumble down from here. There you go. And the compressor is finally free. Just make sure that we don't get any dirt into the pipes, because we are keeping those. This one doesn't really matter. So there you go, it's off. Now we're gonna get this out of here, put the replacement in, and start the process backwards. We're gonna put this hose onto the new one. Okay, one thing that's worth mentioning is these O-rings, these rubber gaskets. They say never reuse them, because if you use the old ones, most likely they're gonna leak. So there you have it. Make sure you put new ones. Okay, the compressor is back on. Those four big bolts are put back in place, and I have to reconnect that electrical cable, and then we can put the belt back on. Sorry if my voice is all tired and whatever. It just was quite a dance to take out too, and put them back to those four bolts that are holding it in place. So there you go. Alright, the compressor is back in place, the belt is back on. I started the car to check, make sure it didn't do nothing wrong. It's running nice and smooth. So now we're gonna go to the mechanic and put some freon in it, and that's when we're gonna finally know if our work was successful.